Scraptember that I'm playing along with, and that is led by our fearless leaders, the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Alberts. I will have the playlist listed below. The prompt for today is to scraplift. I reached out to Jessica Michaels, and she was lovely and said absolutely it was okay to scraplift her layout. So you will see in the corner her layout, and it was a layout from the last series of Chrissy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches. And I loved her take on the sketch. So I have two photos, very super similar, of my kiddos. We were at Disney this past February. If you see, my husband is photobombing, and could I probably edit him out? Maybe if I took the time. And the girls did not want to recreate it after we figured out he was photobombing. So there you go. That's what happens when you have three girls. And all 18 months apart. It doesn't matter if they're in their early 20s. Okay, enough about that. So I made one big, one small, and I'm going to tell you about Cinderella. Do you know, and these are over by the bathrooms. I can't even tell you. I don't know Disney enough. This was our third trip. We only went for one day. We only went to Magic Kingdom this year. We've gone 2 other times, but this is over, and not far from the castle, I think, but by the bathrooms. You can find Little Miss Cinderella, and the thing of it is I don't know, you can't probably see this, but there's a crown painted into a scene behind her, and when you're standing up, the crown is like hovering up above, but when you curtsy, the crown sits down on her head. And this was something I had researched back before, well, I was gonna say before I had internet. That's not true. Not that long ago. But something I researched before we went to one, probably our first trip, and then I found it, and so we have pictures when they were little. They were facing me. This was okay, come on, Mom, like, roll your eyes, let's quick get it over. So this is what I get, and this is what's going into the album. So if you look at Jessica's, her layout, she's got those lovely, tags behind, and I did go in, these are scraps, and so I found and I picked out the colors that work the best. I've got tags there. I went onto my Cricut and I made the title, so Cinderella. I also made this on my Cricut, and I did have it over here, but I think it's just too overpowering. I should have made it in a lighter color. I could totally go back and do another Cinderella in a different color, but I think I'm just gonna leave her off at this point, knowing I could make a new one if I need to. Okay, so my other thing is I follow Janet from RTS on Patreon. I highly recommend. She is $1 a month, and I feel that she is very well worth it. I won a giveaway. It was a whole box of 12 by 12 papers that she was purging, and out of there I've already used the first one. So this was a sheet of cut aparts, and I took a bunch off thinking that I'm not going to use the unicorns, although I could. I'm not. But these are just the pastel color. I don't often use pastels in my scrapbooks, maybe more so when the kids were little, but I thought these would go. So you can see that Jessica has these triangles here, and I thought, what if I put this, because it fits, right? The lavender, the pink, the stars. If I put that up there in place of the triangles up there. The other thing is I had made this on my Cricut, this lovely crown. I'm all about having a crown. So I was thinking about sneaking this back here, and this might even move. I'm not certain. I want to see the circle behind. That was a big part of the sketch. And what else do we have? So then she's got the triangles down there. So I went and what did I cut out? Oh, here we go. I cut this out, the little purple. Again, I didn't want unicorns, but we have Make Dreams Happen. So I thought if that could get tucked in there. We'll see how that works. Not sure. I wanted to cover up the kind of the unicorn horn there. So if somehow I can do that, it might happen like that. And then she's got some, and this kind of really came over. This might get moved around a lot. And she's got, you know, like a circly item over here. I went into my stash just to find different things, and I have a lot of things that I might not use, but I just wanted to show you a few. I have washi stickers, and these are in the right colors. There are lots that are pastel. I have a lot of chipboard. Let me see if we can get these. A lot of chipboard. These are Echo Park, and there's a lot in pink. I also have some in, if I can bring them up here, in white, and they're arrows and hearts, and just like different labels and frames and all that kind of stuff. And then I grabbed out a couple of Flair, and these are, it used to be Dottie About Flair. And so I have a bunch. I have the gray that I don't think I'm going to use. The blue might be a little too dark. This one is going to work perfectly. It's got crowns and it's pink. How could you not use that? But I've got some light blue. This one, I've got these acrylic domes on Etsy, and I think I like this one. I don't know where I'll use that. I think it needs something more over on this side. But I just have some other Flair I might use. And then the last thing I have is My Mind's Eye, and I just thought these might be the right color as well. And I think I got them on sale at Scrapbook Generation. Some of them might be too bright, but I've also got those. You can see I have some sparkly gems there. I have some more here. I also have a pink puffy sticker. I've got Bo Bunny puffy stickers. And then I have a whole bunch of, this was, I made a Peachy Cheap order. It's different every day, their little sale. And I have a whole bunch of puffy titles from Simple Stories. So that's things that I can use as well. So I think I've got a good start so far. So let's get scrapping. I begin with the easiest thing that's for me is by backing those photos with the pattern paper like Jessica did in her layout. And I'm going to glue those down right away because I know that's what I want to do. I went into my stash and just found scraps of some pink that would peek around the pictures. So this worked perfectly. Then I'm going to start just getting all these pieces down. I found these washi tape. I have washi tape, and that's what the stickers, those little stickers, all the aqua type things. The piece that I'm going to tuck under the title says "Never Let Anyone Dull Your Sparkle," and it's the right color. It's the aqua teal color, but how perfect for like Cinderella as well. So yeah, my most difficult thing was trying to get the crown not to overlap with the banner up there and still have everything where I wanted it. Watching this voiceover, I'm thinking I could have trimmed a little bit off the top of that banner and I think everything would have fit better, but you know, it's all good. And sometimes I perseverate on the little things that don't even matter, so it's okay. Another page for my album, another one done in Disney, and I think it looks super cute. So then I get the tags arranged. I'm going to get them stuck down, and then I'm going to add some, a little bit of string to them. But I want to make sure everything's in the right place because I have lots of agendas as far as getting that tag in, covering up the unicorn, making sure Cinderella stays to the left more so, and then not covering up the girl's legs so much, which I do a little bit, but I was okay with that too. And there I go, moving it around. There's that piece I was talking about, never let anyone dull your sparkle. So then I'm thinking it's looking good. I'm gonna glue things down. And most of the time I use my ATG gun, the adhesive gun, which I really like. And sometimes I'll use my liquid glue if it's easier. So I use both of them. Here goes the string through the tags, which just gives it a little bit of interest. I'm going to put those on the round tags as well. And I do, when I get things down where I want them, I do just lift them up because I know, well, one, I'm never getting back down again, so I'll just get frustrated. So I want to make sure to keep them in the, if I got them in the right spot, that's where I'm going to keep them when I get things glued down. You'll see these still move around a little bit. I don't know what it is, but I got to keep moving them around until I'm pleased with it. I'm super happy to be using this background page from 49 and Market. I think a lot of people, myself included, have a tendency to think, oh, it's so pretty, you know what, and hang on to it rather than use it. And it's such a good feeling when you do make a page with it and get it in your album so that you can see it in your album rather than having to leaf through it in your stash. Those stickers on the side, those foam stickers, I do not use because I have this great big tag of Cinderella. I certainly could have used maybe bits and pieces around the, not the title, but something else, but I felt like I had enough. You will see me, though, bring in some more stickers once all these pieces are done. This is my crocodile. I don't know if you're familiar, but I really like it for two things. Not that I use eyelets a lot, but it will set an eyelet, and I can show that sometime. I just have to make sure to use an eyelet on my page. But it's an expensive hole maker, so it will punch those little holes in the tags, and it's really easy to see where you're punching that hole, so that's why I like it for that. But it does set eyelets nicely as well, again, when I use them. So I have to be more intentional of using my eyelets. My goal this year is to use stamps as much as I'm able, which I'm kind of hit and miss, but I have so many things in my stash that I should be using. But here I used a lot of good stuff out of my stash. I'm quite pleased. Finishing tying up these tags here, and then I will get some more stickers down. I revisit using the Cinderella that I thought I wasn't going to use at first. It's that pretty teal color, and now that I have it on the bottom of the page, it kind of ties it more together. So I tried out in a couple different places before I settle it where I think that it should go. And it tucks in kind of nicely there. Then I'll add the rest of my embellishments. These are from Paper Studio, and I kind of debated, like, I don't know that it needed this, but it did give it an extra touch, an extra layer, and so I'm kind of torn it's not my style necessarily to put that extra layer on, but I don't think it looks bad. So I don't feel bad that I used it, but yeah, I guess I don't know what I'm feeling. It doesn't look bad, but I don't know that it's perfect. So there we go. So that's a finishing touch on the layout. I'm going to glue down Cinderella, and then get the other pieces glued down as well. I used my crocodile again to make that hole in the tag, and again, it's very easy to visualize where you're putting that hole, so I really like that. I use my ATG to glue that down. Next up, I go to adding the flare. So you could see me trying it out different places. I have that washi sticker on my hand as well that I'm going to place. Once I figure out exactly where to put all those flare, I am going to put some foam adhesive behind it. And my foam adhesive is tape. I do have some squares as well, and both of those came from the dollar store. The rest of the video really is getting everything glued down now. Here goes a washi sticker. Here, that's another washi sticker, and it just brings that little bit of color all the way around. I found this little flower on my desk, and I know I need to use it again, same color, that teal color, but it kind of goes around, and then I decide just to put it underneath the title there. Here is my adhesive tape that I cut down, and sometimes I'll put 2 layers on, but here I just used 1 and it worked just fine. This is Ellie Studio, they're hearts, dots, and stars, and these I really like. I'll pull them out when I'm using flare, just to give the flare a little bit of something extra. This is an old Creative Memories, maybe not that old, a couple years old, that was in kind of my color binder, and I thought it's kind of that purpley pink that looks nice right there, just something to put in there. I will put the date on here. There'll be a little bit of journaling, but that is really about it. Make sure you check out everyone playing along with Scraptember down below, and have a fabulous day.